Plaintiff Brandon Meeks and his wife Brande say 13 years ago, Brandon had a one-night stand with the defendant, and soon after she claimed to be pregnant. Brandon says an at-home test proved he was not the child's father, but the defendant did not believe the results, so they petitioned the court for another DNA test. Defendant Kinetrella Sanders and her mother Kimberly Brown say Brandon never denied paternity of Kinetrella's child until he married Brande. Kinetrella insists Brandon is her child's father, and she hopes the second DNA test will prove that today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
And we're here to clear up a paternity issue here. And you tell me what you think the circumstances are, and she'll respond. So tell me.
I'm here because over 13 years ago, I had a one-night stand. You know, the way it started, I guess I was chose. I never met the defendant, but I did receive a phone call that somebody wanted to meet me that was at a gas station. So turns out she was the person on the phone, and this is how we met, and that's basically how the whole intercourse and everything.
Why did you all only stay together once?
I mean, she was telling me how she was not from my city, you know, she was visiting for the summer.
Is that all you wanted, was a one-night stand?
I didn't want anything.
But you did.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you, you did something. Is that all you wanted to do?
I mean,
is just have a one-night stand?
Yeah.
That's all you wanted? Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think she wanted?
I'm not certain.
Okay. Okay, and when you didn't come back, did she call? You say, hey, where you at? We had a one-night stand.
Judge,
she didn't want no more?
She came back. She did.
Poor thing. No, I'm just kidding with you. Go ahead.
But she actually did come back like I want to say maybe a week or two. She came back over my house. It was around her birthday, and she told me she was pregnant.
2 weeks later?
I'm not sure, actually.
Okay. Thereabout, within a month?
It seemed like it was sooner, but I don't want to, you know, over-exaggerate or anything.
How'd that go? Tell me that conversation.
Once after the fact, she told me that I laughed when she told me. I don't remember that, but I just wasn't certain. I didn't.
Okay. And when was this again? I'm sorry if you can remember the month and year.
This was like April 2005.
Okay. See, it was a memorable evening after all. All right, and so when she told you that, you didn't believe it, and so she went through, obviously, full-term pregnancy, and the child came, and what happened then?
Well, I wound up being incarcerated in the midst of all of that, so I didn't see in like the first trimester or anything. So I was incarcerated, and I got cool with somebody I was incarcerated with, and he got out, and he actually ran into the defendant just on a coincidence. And she was telling him how I was her baby father from a certain area, you know, a certain look. And he knew that I didn't have any kids, so he instantly contacted me. Like, this girl is saying that, you know, you have a child out here. So that's when I made sure I opened the lines of communication and, you know, was in contact with her.
Good.
And everything like that.
What was being said?
Okay, initially, we talked for the first time, and she was telling me about how the pregnancy was and how she was, you know, had to go through all of it by herself and everything. And, you know, before I could even really say anything, her mother intervened and said, you know, I really think that y'all should get a test done because it doesn't make sense for the baby to
And what happened, did you?
I actually did try to get a test while I was actually incarcerated when it would have been free.
Oh, okay, you were still incarcerated.
Yes. They never, you know, I could only do so much by being incarcerated.
What did the test say?
We never took a test around this time, but we did take one years later.
When?
This year, 2019.
Okay, and why did you all wait so long?
It wasn't actually a waiting thing.
Now, you didn't participate in the child's life up through that time?
No,
because you still didn't believe, but yet you wouldn't take a test.
It wasn't any fault of mine. I did try to get multiple tests, even when I was
Did she
incarcerated.
ever refuse to take the test?
I guess you could say refuse, but she would disappear. You know, we don't live in the same city.
All right.
So she'll be in and out the city, and I never know.
Okay, and the one in 2019 said you weren't the father, obviously. You have that result?
Yes.
Let me hear from you, ma'am.
Well, me and the plaintiff met when I was 16, like he said. It was a one-night stand. It wasn't even supposed to be that, but it was.
Okay.
We lost contact. I told him I was pregnant when I was actually 2 months pregnant, and I lost contact with him. Got back in contact with him. We were going back and forth talking.
How old was the child when you got back in contact with her?
She was about 6.
Okay.
He was writing me. He wanted me to send him pictures. He wanted to meet her when he got out.
He was accepting paternity.
Exactly. When he got out of prison, he begged me to bring her to Michigan to meet him.
What year was that?
I know my daughter was
What year did you
7
get out of prison?
2012.
All right, go ahead. He said, come bring the baby, I
to
want to see
meet
the
him
baby.
and his grandmother, and
Okay.
I did. We went there, we spent time with him. I went back home to Chicago. That's when
He
we was
wasn't
living
at
here.
that time questioning paternity?
No, he wasn't.
Okay,
He didn't
go
start
ahead.
questioning paternity until he got married to Mrs. Meeks.
Got it.
Objection.
Yeah, that's
Go
not
ahead.
true.
All right.
That's not
He didn't
true
start
at all.
denying paternity until he
Well, I
got
don't know
with
what
her.
reason, sir, well, it is 2019,
He asked for
and the
his-
child came in 04, and you haven't taken a definitive test until this year. So go
He
ahead.
didn't start saying anything about a test until this young lady came along.
And when did
She's
she come
persistent.
along?
I guess they got married in 2013, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. I'm not sure
All right.
details, but
Well, he has been trying since 13 then.
yeah.
Tried before
So why would
Thursday.
you do
She's
it?
been trying. I haven't. I mean, we didn't have the money at the time to do it back and forth, but
We actually
we lost contact a lot of times.
Okay. When's the last time you all had contact regarding the child?
Me and him haven't had contact since he got out of prison. It's been her ever since they've got married.
Saying,
He doesn't talk
that
at all,
baby ain't
period.
his.
I had to
Why
lie.
you blaming that baby on my
Right.
husband?
Exactly.
They
ain't
cannot
his.
communicate. They cannot communicate
Yes,
without
ma'am.
arguing.
I had to
Exactly.
transfer that over to my wife.
Good. I'm
Yes.
glad that if you couldn't talk without arguing, you found a third
Yeah.
party. Unfortunately for you, the third party is his wife, and
I ain't worried about it.
taking his place might not have been
Yes.
the best idea. Standing in for him.
So if that's
ma'am.
the case, he should have talked to me,
All right, you talk.
did.
You talk today. Go ahead. Let me hear from you.
because I have custody of Mark here, well, the baby. But anyway, besides, I've been trying to reach out to them too because I want my granddaughter to know who.
Since when?
I reached out to them when we back a couple of years ago, but I recently reached out again.
Okay. And what were you told?
I told her, well, I was told that she asked my daughter to take a test, whatever. I wasn't aware of none of that. So, like I told her, I got custody of my kid. We want to do a test, we can do a test, whatever. So, we end up, well, the way I tried to go about it, they wouldn't do it because they said her age. So she ended up getting some kind of DNA test
All
that
right.
I never got the results of.
Okay, and you're
I
pretty
texted you
certain it's his
results.
child.
You texted me.
Say yes or no.
I am, yes, sir.
Okay,
I
when you say,
texted you
that make
results.
me think you doubt it.
And he asked
All
in
right.
2000.
I just had the evidence to deny the lies.
Let's see it.
Okay, this is when I got out of prison in July, saying that I was expecting a DNA test, and I wasn't, negative or anything about that.
Text between plaintiff and plaintiff
my
to his
cousin.
cousin. What's up, cuz? I'm going to be a mom soon. You say, congrats. Wish me luck. I got a DNA test coming, so I may be a dad.
before
He
my wife.
expressed, yeah.
Before me, and then
Yeah,
when I
this
came
is
in the picture,
2012, ma'am. I got a DNA test coming. So he was trying to take one as of 2012. Thanks for clarifying that. Let's go and get the results.
and we
Because-
have a video of the DNA test that he took this time.
all right.
If you wanted, if you
Yeah,
could
let's
show
see
that.
that.
Yeah, that's just them swabbing my mouth like I did at home. Same thing.
They wanted him to talk on the phone to the child before getting the DNA test done. They're like, are you waiting for the DNA retest results in order to communicate with her? Because in her head, she believes that you're her father.
Which I don't understand because there's nothing to prove that. So why would you tell her that?
Well, her mom believes that that's the time of conception. You weren't with any other men during that time?
No.
Okay. Well, you know, because it's tough having a one-night stand like that and going all these years without getting the test. And you said he only became interested after they became married, and he shows that he was interested before marriage.
That's because when he was talking on that paper, I was talking about getting the DNA test,
but
not
let me
him.
explain to you. Let me say it again. No, this is him. I'm reading it. This is him. Wish me luck. I got a DNA test coming. This is him.
Because he
Before
thought
they
I
were
was
married.
going to give it to him.
Pardon
He thought
me?
I was going to give them the DNA.
No, the question is, when did he ask? When did he become interested
When
in
I said
paternity?
something
No,
about
no.
it. He
You
didn't.
said he became interested only after he got married. That's what you said, ma'am. You say he only became interested, and then he shows me evidence that he was trying to prove paternity before he was married. And as a result, he says no, sometimes those tests are wrong. In this case, they're right. It's not his child. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge Mathis.
Oh, God. Which comes in the dark, so come to the light.
I'm glad they got what they was looking for. I'm glad that the truth is out. My daughter's still going to be good regardless.
I just hope that she can find her real father so the girl don't have to suffer any longer
She
and
don't
looking
gotta
for her
suffer,
family.
period. She ain't
My
been
granddaughter's
suffering.
not suffering.
She ain't
As I
suffering
told
now.
Miss Meeks, she's been
She
doing
not
good.
suffering now. We never asked y'all for anything.
Nothing. She's a very intelligent young lady going to.
Boys and girls, don't lie to your parents, because what's done in the dark will come to the light.
Let it. One night stands ain't worth it.